On May 16th, 2023, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie trailer is going to released, and that is going to be in the trailer itself. Look pretty good. I love the animatronic designs, but the only problem is with the red eyes, which people are kind of overreacting about. I'm not going to get into those, but anyway, let's start with the movie. The Bite of Eddie 3, one of the Lord's most iconic scenes is making it. How do you know? How do you know? Well, Garrett is the equivalent to the bite victim. So, yeah. And then let's start the plot. Michael Afton, now struggling with riddled with guilt over a tragedy of his past, which is the bite of 83. Now his father, William Afton, who's obviously a serial killer, decides to, as he and his sister Abby decide to move away, and they change their names to Schmidt to make sure that nobody really asks any questions about them. But then Michael, who needs to pay the bills, decides to work at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place where kids where it's a pizza place. And then he deals with many things during his nights, as they're meant to deal with as they deal with the things that we all know of in the Five Nights at Freddy's series. That is it. But also the one thing is that the plot is just gonna think it's gonna be just too much to me. The plot's just gonna be all over the place. They're gonna have elements as they're we know that it's confirmed that Vanessa is going to be in the movie, which I'm not really hyped about. First off, is that Vanessa's from the year 2035, that year, and literally, she's what? If you sit and think about it, she's from 2035, and this movie's going to take place in the early 1990s or late night or 1993. It's that year. In the 80s, are going to be used for flashbacks. They're going to be used for some flashbacks. It is 100% going to be used for flashbacks. But I'm thinking it's going to cover too much of the lore. It already been confirmed that it's going to have a 3 series of 3 movies. So what the part of the point is that what are the hacker even supposed to do by the time they get to the 3rd movie? They're gonna try and cover a lot of events in only this one movie, which I think here's how I think they should cover it. They should cover things like spring locks. They should cover the crying child, aka Evan Afton or Garrett or whatever. Garrett, I'll just call him that because it's talking about the movie. Garrett. They should cover Michael, Elizabeth, if they want. Not cover the full elements of sister location yet. Not cover those, because not to make it too sci-fi, because sister location is incredibly sci-fi. But a big problem is that they're gonna try and cover Fazbear's Fright. They're gonna try and cover all of those in one movie. The plot's just gonna be too much for everyone to carry on, and it might make me too frustrated at times, and just really not really be something good. In the plot line in this is quote unquote not meant to correlate with any of the games. The story and plot line is not meant to correlate with the games at all, and it's not meant, and it's not going to do it. So don't expect before I start wondering, say, okay, because of this plot, does it solve the night solve where sister location takes place? I don't know, but really, is this what Michael looked like? But as you know, Michael this is just in a different universe. Is that one of the things I really am frustrated about is that Michael and Afton are from the same family, but and they don't really look alike of how they're supposed to, which is something that I just think they should have fixed. But maybe it's not that bad. Really, it's the things that you should really expect is that things like Remnant, which has already been a giant plot point in the series. So yeah, there's gonna be Remnant. So what I think you expect is that for the CGI things on the set, and there's also things like Withered Freddy. They've got characters like the puppet, which is gonna be in the movie, even though they're from FNAF 2. But yeah, so in the end, expect the FNAF 1 animatronics, the toys, the Withers, Balloon Boy, the puppet, maybe even Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, I just say, because that's literally the origins of the franchise. Expect those to make it into the movie. Just expect them. Expect those to make it into the movie, as they will be in the movie. And I think that people are just kind of Like, they just want that. People are just like, you should need to realize that, like, nowadays, you know what people are like. I'm so worried about if it's just gonna try and color too much lore. Like, they should also like, but like, I don't know if they should have like the animatronics like before, like FNAF 1, like the animatronics before FNAF 1, like those are going to be from the original pizzeria, like because and then what's sad is that we're not going to be able to see what the original animatronics look like. Sure, there's fan made ones of what they looked like before, but those are all just fan made. They're not actually real, and I want to know how it works. But now, however, the biggest problem with people is not even like worrying about the release date or the problems that I'm really worried about, like how it's gonna cover too much of the lore. No. God no. It's the fact that it's the rating. Is that the rating for the movie seems to confirm that the movie will be rated PG-13. So, and people have been really, really angry about this. And like, as me and many other people have seen, FNAF the series has such a dark and gory backstory, with with a ton of backstory that's actually really, really gory. And it's a series that is about, its like story is like about blood, mutilation, and gore is their story. But think of it this way. There are a lot of new, younger fans, more than ever, who have just gone to the community because of Security Breach, which is clearly meant to be a game meant for children. So, like, really, like, being the movie PG-13, you had to expect it. I mean, like, there are a lot of young fans who don't need to be scarred. Sure, FNAF has a fan base that is younger. The younger fan base is that, the younger fan base, if you think about it, they have a young fan base. So like, being like me, like, you can't make it rated R after Security Breach, which were designed to target younger audiences, and I expect the film to do well. Does that make sense? No, you can't do that. I mean, like, your game already has a young audience before Security Breach, so like, you can't make your making your movie rated PG-13 is like the only way to go. It's like the real thing is that people are overraged about it because they're like, oh, the movie's ruined. It's ruined because we need more violence. We need more gore. Like, you know the violence is going to be there. We already got confirmation of someone being stuffed into a suit. We're going to see things like the spring lock failure, like with blood dripping from the suit. No! So, like, really, is that from the suit? That, like, there's going to see blood from the suit. Like, if you're watching this movie and someone's going to be stuffed into a suit. They're going to be stuffed into a suit. It's going to be stuffed into a suit. And, like, stuffed into one. So, like, we know that the violence is going to be in a PG-13 movie. You can have murder, death, abuse topics in PG-13. You can have even a little bit of blood and gore. So, like, yes, you can get away with a lot in PG-13. We've seen that in things like the Batman, Venom, all of that. Happy Death Day, The Quiet Place. We've seen that you can get away with a lot in PG-13. Like, it's seriously not a joke. I don't understand why people, specifically people, are acting like, oh, PG-13, it's for babies, you're just overreacting. Like, you're just completely, like, overreacting. You're, like, overreacting, like, so badly. Like, I don't, like, just don't even, like, ask me, like, it's just annoying of why people are doing that. I've just been seeing people yelling and screaming at me, screaming on Twitter, saying, oh, the movie's going to be bad. The movie's going to suck. It's going to just be it's going to be trash, which I don't think it's going to be to be trash because just because the movie's rated PG-13 does not mean that it's going to be bad. Like the FNAF movie, you are going to expect the I expected the PG-13 rating because Blumhouse and Scott know they can't isolate FNAF's general audience, like half of FNAF's general audience, with an R rating. You can't, they just can't. It's just something you needed to be aware of. It's just something that you just need to think about for a minute. That you have to know is that, yes, that's what you need to be aware of. Like, so overall, the FNAF movie being PG-13, totally makes sense. So overall, in the end, I'm excited for the FNAF movie. And then in the end, I hope this movie comes out to be a nice movie that will hopefully become good. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, and bye. I'll have some more content before the end of the month. Anyway, I'll try, but anyway, bye. And it was nice sitting here for my video. So bye, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Because I'm really excited for this movie, and you should be hyped too. You don't have to, but it'd be recommended if you're hyped.